Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any inheritance tax. If there is no will, the interstate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the issues which clients face, whether it's in relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors, let us take care of probate.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
A special morning to you guys. Me chicha obi biara anope. Me jidi se baby biara obia ohoye na se ohoye dia. Ene mesre na kame ho na yemfe dwumedi ensha ase mfiri ha ankudu se bebo 11 pepepe na ye dia bewi ye. Yewra October. Welcome to month of October. Na munim so say yewra October na chese akoye ema breast cancer awareness, not necessarily breast cancer there to make sure bear man so internet na I started with our pinky stuff no say near bear you be create more awareness ama enkrofo who say there is such edwuma we ekoso and I said creating awareness enkrofo benya atenka ombe hu no maka ka omo ho say yare we be say e wo ho na nyoma o say wo ye na odi ya hwe yie no na ya started church na obi a adane ho so enti welcome once again to the month of October, where we create a whole lot of awareness concerning breast cancer. And join me as we delve into our new topic today. And then the topic be about me the pana answer ne beka ho asem no me ndika enhwe hu nsuo ni nyina no metwen na mechia me resource person preko pe me ame mame Mrs. Tapeni na omfa nchia mbra ene etie for first of all I'll do apologies say ene ya mre no ekọ kakra that ye hihye ye ho na afei na yɛtumi ahyehyɛ biribia nti no sɛ afei na waka yɛn ho a mɛsrɛ wɔ nidie mu a na mmɔden a na share program no frɛ nkurɔfoɔ sɛ yɛaba yɛtwentwɛn so nanso yɛtumi aba. So the program is live now on Twitter live, on TikTok live, on Facebook live, on YouTube, and I mean all the social platform you can get us on. Then as soon as you log in, please make sure you share and click the notification button and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. So anytime that we are live, you can hear of us. Intino yeah mama Eunice me ma akwaba ebedwumedie so.
Major so be and happy new month to you too. Looking
Thank you.
pinkish.
Thank you. Yes. And me that's it. Me kapa me dey say you can see that my background is changed because me ni my usual location. No, I had to go somewhere very urgent.
Yeah.
Me do or not just say I can't go back to the studio. You know, say me use so my premises studio. No, now me find your program. So yes, and now make it's a
That's
brand new
good.
thing. I really like it though.
Yeah.
You behwɛ so ne akɔ nti ma wakɔ aba ɛbɛdwumadie no so mɛma
Major
akonya
so
na so
be
wode nkyia kɛseɛ de ama atiefoɔ no ahwɛfoɔ na afei deɛ yɛatoa so wɔ hɔ.
Major so nti Mitch yeah ahwefo ne etiefo a mo hwɛ yɛn wɔ Facebook live and also YouTube live. Yɛ na mo nyinaa ase sɛ ɛnɛ day wabɛka yɛn nsa and happy new month to us all. Very quickly, and there a special birthday for one of your colleagues, Pamna, on name Mr. Wusuye programs on Thursday. Into yeah, we share no a happy birthday. We pray say nyame enkoswa omani nyansa omani understanding and the knowledge to be able to push things forward. And we are praying saying nyame ankasa ebedi n'anim kan na bibia akɔso pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛwɔ n'abrabɔ mu. Nti yɛwɔhyɛ Pamela a happy birthday, and we are praying for God to continue to favor you in all your ways. And say happy birthday, Pamela, and we hope that you have a very lovely day. Yes, and saying every week piano, no. I think say be ma etiefo hu abis kakra ewo ho na yetumi atwa so with the main topic for the day. I know say there has been a lot on the news concerning um the 10-year proposal for indefinite leave to remain. And I know say last week this is something that my boss to say yes, of course, during white paper in May 2025 no Eka said they are looking at increasing the number of years for indefinite leave to remain for those in the skilled worker routes, in other routes, not necessarily the family routes, but they are looking to increase those people who are trying to get to indefinite leave to remain from 5 years to 10 years. Obviously, we no can conform what EU and Brana said because as part of the EU withdrawal agreement, the agreement was that everything that was within EU immigration regulations 2016 and 2006 no will be transposed for those family members of EU nationals and then the EU members themselves, EU nationals and their family members as well. Into say 5 years and almost say benya permanent residence and as indefinite leave to remain there and the saa na transpose it into appendix EU. Into no saa no to me ɛnyɛ ho hwee. Into for EU nationals and their family members saa 5 years no cannot be touched. They will remain the same. I know say as of now, nkorɔfo more family roots no so kwarampo no, there are those who are on the 5-year route and those who are on the 10-year route. Into that has already been implemented under the family roots in any way. It is nkorɔfo more most of the work routes now say any other non-specified routes within the immigration rules no and almost say definitely no say if it's a case where they are going to use 5 years to have settlements almost increases our 5 years no to 10 years and they have to consult the advisory committee on such matters in Sianya almost de but they will consult advisory groups on how they can do this and sana almost de beba in Brimu into as much as possible Crawford and stay calm. They are not going to in any way make the law retrospective. So make retrospective and konechi into say oh roots no so that are now what the end 5 years and the ever cost 5 years in terms of you reaching your settlement. Into as time goes by, I know said they will make more announcements about it. Say omo de share brand mu so a yen so yebehu etumi abo amanfo amane amamo omo ehu say yes say na eko. And then secondly, when it comes to those who are under appendix EU and I say nkorɔfo a ɔmo agye pre-settled status and I say ɔmo agye limited leave to remain under appendix EU. 2 years ago no government ne enya case the Supreme Court in regards to someone at Oka said no there not drain say automatically no benya the settled status because we are pre-settled. But time no by no na onim say your application no into the pre-settled and as a limited leave to remain no ewu ye went to me and your application into your application no and I'm catching and say o try ma wo pre-settled and I say wo limited leave to remain ewu ye into to see a wuni asset. But yeah, share case no. Now must say because of EU withdrawal agreements na omone EU for no ehyehyɛ yɛn nti na nka say automatically no omoma nipa kro no hu say na ade no ebewu anaasɛ n'asetena no ɔmo betumi extend nti ɛno no sa no na because nipa kro no ɛtwɛn yɛ ansa na ɔyɛ ne settled status no that should not be used against sa nimpa no nti yɛnka sɛ yɛ government no ɛtena hɔ ɛhwɛ sɛ then na ɔmo betumi ayɛ and so they made sure say ɔmo bɛ increase sa limited leave to remain from the 5 years to an additional 2 years and also an additional 5 years because ɔmo nim say of course with time no so a ɛbɛtumi aba ne sɛ rebefi anaasɛ one said that answer nti that time is extended to you saying wobɛtumi ayɛ wɔ settle status application nti ebi mu wɔ hɔ a they will get email notifications to say oh we leave na ɛwɔ hɔ no ya extend ya ma another 5 years into instead of 2025 December no na ebewu no wade no bewu 2030 and it is normal because they know say ebi to me area fee say some years are settled status application into they will give them that extension of leave. Pacho Muhune say that extension is not settled status and I say it is not indefinite leave to remain. Into say what time na asun say wo indefinite leave to remain and I say will settle status application dear na wait to me that settle status application into say odren say 5 years no asun and I said if you are going by the card because I know say most cards have already expired and making sure say 5 years now so person wo application for indefinite leave to remain says I net here then even though they've given you that extension for the next 2 years and answer for the next 5 years, no. So we'll settle status decision eba, it will override that extension now on the amount. Until then you can say, okay, my me settle status application now on me settle status. Ama me say sisi a kita indefinite leave to remain ewo krom ha, and it will also reflect on wo e-visa and answer their extra will share code no, and no ever reflect says sisi a on saka wo indefinite and answer will settle status. It is say if for any reason you are getting notification say omo ask I extended will leave and I say will pre-settle status for any reason, it is just for them to alert you say with time not ask for will settle status into almost my extension send your own so by application no for will indefinite and I say will settle status into where kakana me per se it's here for ne ashe for my say I hope say um at least updates kakra yet me ama no nkurɔfoɔ so ayɛ
I am it there because I know it's of update itself no cry is a whole topic na ma decide saying or say you be treat it one day because I an feel say policy na or white paper no my no aba
yeah
they've already implemented so bia some aye no hija wo say yen so na ye sha ase ana say mo foforo mo beji na ye sha ase ana say it really needs clarification be man crofo
yeah
beti ase I'm really glad say we pija however no because na yen time ne I don't want to raise so many questions on it. I really intend to treat it as a whole topic ma paper to ntino ye be ko enim ti Eunice me da ase bebre e wo honom na yen ko enim na mede say na topic a yɛreba betu dwa no nkurɔfo bebree ɛwom ankasa and sɛ meka the genesis of it na ebi mo ɛnyɛ ɔmo fault ebi mo situation I mean nti mɛsrɛ producer wɔ hɔ a ɔmfa topic no ɛnto hɔ ma me na yɛnkɔ yɛnim ntɛmntɛm ɛyɛ ne sɛ dɛn na yɛbɛka ho asɛm yɛbɛka NHS ɛka nkurɔfoɔ ɛdidi wɔ NHS a ebi mu nim ebi mu nim ebi mu nso unaware ebi mu like ebi mu nso intentional ɔmo nim how the consequences are betumi affect mu one day or the other na ɛno na ɛnɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ can having an NHS debt prevent me from applying for leave to remain in the UK. NHS debt no nkurɔfoɔ ɛnte ase sɛ ɛbɛyɛ dɛ na ɔde NHS ka ebi mu nso nim paa sɛ ɔmo de NHS ka ebi mu nso no bu apayɔ ɛyɛ a na ɔmo nim na wobɛhu a na akɔpie ɛde aba. There is this new way a well my line of work no ɔmo start ɛyɛ ɛma obiara ɛne sɛ when they pick up your immigration status now, not necessarily just the share code, but they don't far through a process more. They almost checking all these areas. Say with the NHS car, say wakota dia wuntia, say a cabin or baby, a fee near share our account, non say no. It's not just MBA your main account, but now him say share every even all the online accounts there. They just say they are really digging into you. But yes, it can be to me far around Zimbiano. They are trying to find out no more who say udika or baby na unti na udika ubi NHS a buying kanya de. And you know when me who says udika NHS na maybe it may affect you, maybe it may not affect you. Now I'm saying no. Let us, at least talk about this. And it's saying Crawford be bromba chrome high, no munim say NHS ka bi wɔ hɔ a GP ɔkɔ ne a prescribe no akɔgye na wentua nso nim sɛ ne din wɔ hɔ na watikitiki nneɛma bi menkɔ into details ɛnɛ yɛbɛka ho asɛm nti twe brɛ me frɛ ɔdɔfoɔ bi na frɛ tili meda ase bebree ɛwo deɛ metew so ama sorry thank you so much for joining me sɛ monhyɛ program monhyɛ na nkɔ akyire with because when it comes to NHS ka deɛ nkurɔfo bebree obi wɔ korɔ ɔba abɛwo na wasrɛ emergency ne yɛne ne kɔ ne yɛatrɔtɔ ne details ato hɔ onim sɛ yɛabɔ ne ka na weinom nyinaa Eunice mede bɛtu w'anim nti sɛ mede NHS ka a baabi a ɛfaeɛ a medii ka no ɛmbi a metua ɛmbi a mentua but ɛno ara ne sɛ medi ka sɛ mede NHS ka a ɛbɛtumi aha me leave sɛ mekɔyɛ application for leave to remain in the UK betumi aha me ana na se be ha me nso a ekwan be nso na be ha me na fe den no se me ya me di tua ka na se wo de me gya ne nyina de ama as we yenye no discussion we na mentumi bisa hon questions na yen koso nti wadaroma me di NHS ka ebetumi aha me se me koye application for leave to remain in the UK na na.
That's a bit brave for question. No, I think say this is one of those questions where in Crawford Crampo, I mean, as soon as they come in Crawford, be slow Crampo say mobile register with GP because over when they say BB say even to me see there, then it's mean to me register with GP. And yes, and I kakra in Sipacho say oko register with GP na oko na oma show dia and no and shada ba say almost charge you under the NHS. It is a free NHS service unless you are receiving treatment. In see, say also would see pie when now say GP no bet to me I recommend DBB ama dear. It is a free service. In see men can say because of a nun se men ko register with GP. There be a yes and I can in see. So GDP say you have a one or two illnesses na one person will call GP and one person will register GP a patch oh how home into co register with GP na omo share the omo to me a prescribe amount. So the prescription na I say wo pharmacy a na wetua ka na wato wedru na okọ. Dia ye ka ho asem no eye nkrofo a omo edge treatment. Into usually say can't treatment. I'm not a medical person. Into patron mame mamo enko kotinimbo baby. So when we're talking about treatment, it has to do with the fact say ebia wo yare na o no sa ayaresa bia no ebia wako hospital and no maka say ebia ye say yeah kidney problem and say they will to dialysis so into because of the fact say they will to dialysis so it will take a period of let's say 6 months into for that period of time yeah they will to dialysis so now at least wait to me I recover or you need a kidney transplant into your operation na me add a new kidney asheho in that term or in that should I say regard and no hospital na kasa ebe bisa okrampo say wo asetena wo krom ha de ma asetena na wo se woni bi nso so a eka we na omo de ma wo because woni asetena e wo krom ha until they will let you know say this is what it is na wetumi aye ehun boaye. So, in regards to the question I gave is, can having an NHS debt prevent me from applying for leave to remain in the UK? Yes, in a sense, because the OSHA suitability requirements under Appendix FM, were mandatory refusals and were discretionary refusals. Into mandatory refusals, then cry, you be refused. So discretionary refusals say up to Secretary of State and as a caseworker now or share or application say or be refused so and say on refuse so based on the circumstances of your case. Into mandatory refusals in yama to say abia or committee offenses yede to prison abia 12 months or more avian so so a ya throw deportation order ama wo anaasɛ wowɔ exclusion order bi anaasɛ woakɔmmete offence bi a ɔmo dwen sɛ wei deɛ there's no way a yɛbɛtumi ama wo awura kurom ha biom anaasɛ wokɔmmete offence no koraa mpo wɔ kurom ha there's no way a yɛbɛka sɛ woyɛ obi a woyɛ of good character nti it's against ɔmo public policy anaasɛ so ebim krampo yare serious disease krampo almost say ABI is against public safety inti saa yare no because yare a ebe to me ekunkum nipa ewo krom ha nti ɛnyɛ ade a wɔbɛtumi ama wo asetena ɛwɔ kurom ha. So there are mandatory refusals in that sense. So you share discretionary refusals under your suitability requirements and yeah, say ABA nipa no all your application no ABA we try and throw be and answer one for information be and share I say or the share. And now crampo say o de court neka into yeah court case we lose say utua eka no untumi ntua eka no and also means of discretionary refusal. Ebi a wɔn afrɛ for interview and also wɔn abisa for information bi wɔn ama reasonable excuse di nti a ntumi provide saa information and saa documents na wɔn ebisa no. Anaasɛ te sɛ sɛnea yɛreka no wowɔ NHS debt of at least £500. Nti saa debt no say at least £500 then they are looking to say they can either refuse your application and say bɛhwɛ wo circumstances na ɔmo tumi de ama. So in that sense, sɛ woka no a wode no more than £500 then they are looking to say it can be a ground for which they might refuse your application. Nti most bills no ɛnyɛ bill ketewa. I mean, sɛ ɔmo ma wo saa ɛka no a most people have seen 8,000, some people 12,000, ebinom 15,000. Nti ɛnyɛ te sɛ ɛyɛ ka ketewa bi na ɔmo ɛka ho asɛm. Usually sɛ ɔmo de bill ne brɛ wo a na crampo sɛ ɔmo kyerɛ wo sɛ sei ne sei ɛna ɔmo bɛgye wo ansa na ɔmo ahwɛ wo crampo na bill no ɛso yie. Ɛnyɛ na yɛn nyinaa nso yɛnim sɛ wote kurom ha na woni nkrataa nso so a wontumi nyɛ adwuma ɛnka sɛ wode tua bills. Nti kye sɛ obi boa wo. Nti ɛno nso ɛbɛtumi ayɛ asɛm. And sɛ yɛde saa bill ne brɛ wo a wose ye na ɛbɛyɛ dɛn na matua saa bill wei. Anaa krampo sɛ wowɔ ase na afei na wonya asetena because na wotuatua bills no nkakra. Still now, because of the fact say ɛka no ɛda so wɔ hɔ no, they will say of course yehu say these are your circumstances, but yɛbɛma will leave to remain on the 10-year route instead of 5-year route, even if you meet all the requirements for the 5-year route no crampo na still na yɛde wobɛto 10-year route no so because of saa ɛka wei a woda so ɛtua. When it comes to the fact say would decam more than £500 na almost say nipa way answer na yebema na asetuna crampo no why payments bi anase or per se yehwe the fact say otuator kano enkakrankra nti enya ade a obeka say ontua different from obi a obeka kyerɛ say oh ka we die mentumi ntua o because me ya allow say me ye adwuma nti enya ade a metua nti moma me asetena no na mentumi enhwɛ me ba anase mentumi enhwɛ me mba no ene ebia me kunu a me ne nete wɔ kurom ha ɛyɛ saa no woyɛ no nti sɛ woyɛ adwuma crampo a they expect say of course ubenya nkrofo a mobɛboa ama wedidi ɔmobɛhwɛ sɛnya at least wonkoda abɔnten nti saa nkrofo wei nso so ebetumi aboa wo in terms of ɛka na wo de no. It's as much as possible sɛ wotumi kyerɛ sɛ you are making some form of payment towards saa NHS debt and answer you are making some form of payment towards bill na omode abrɛ no. In most cases say wohwɛ bill na they always have a reference nti sɛ obi crampo na ɛboa wa ma wetua saa ɛka no crampo na you would always need to put down the reference when making payments nti ɛnyɛ sɛ oh because nipa krono ɛboa wo nti kye sɛ ɔde sika no ato wɔ account mu ansa na wetumi etua ɛka no. You can give the bill directly to the third party for them to make the payments on your behalf because almost the reference ever show to show say oh so to reference way and I say what the show in terms of payments I will pay. Into say every month and I'll bet to be a £300 na every month biano utua sa £300 na now what the reference no so asheho because they want to know say you are willing to make the payments in terms of them making a decision on what application no. I'm using this as an example into say ABA oh yeah application for parents visa and I say parents leave to remain into yenim say well yeah appendix FM national say me a parent of a British child and I say parent of a child who is settled and I say me a parent of akola was spending 7 years continuously ewo chrome her based on the fact say sa akola no ye qualifying child no metumi egyina so e de aye application ewo chrome her nti me a meyɛ parent no meyɛ application na ɛsɛ mekyerɛ sɛ ampa me play role in akwala ne life yes wawa akwala no but you have to be able to show say who play active role in akwala ne life because ɛyɛ maame bia na ɛtumi hwɛ ne ba nti most of the time you need letter from wo GP services anaasɛ akwala no school to show say ampa wo maame no wo de akwala ne ba ne appointments ne bibia say your school nso so a wo na wo de ne kɔ school nti say your parents evening nso so a wo na wo de ne kɔ and as much as possible you should be able to get an official letter from either the school and answer GP no to be able to confirm say this is the role you are playing in Akolane life. And then if there's proof of addresses in Nyama Omwa posted for Akolano to wo address na nowadays I am and also aka wama who say yes, when Akolano na it's here or Akolano. And in making that application, of course, we know say Akolano because of your qualifying child and into na oh yeah application way. But as much as possible, you must be able to show say you meet the suitability requirements now may also will beginning into discretionary refusals not to say you make no it be to say NHS debt of more than £500 that would de cap into say who say hey oh call what yes now we need assets but the bill braille be at £15,000 onye ho hwee nti wo train still now for decision and buy it because to them no they see it as but my people are not sending power with the application number but all sign the NHS card and they're very difficult say you be making decision into sometimes no it is not because they have so much workload and it is because sometimes there is something that they have picked up from the system and they know say this can be a reason for them to refuse your application until they hold on to it just because they know say this is a red flag issue until say almost system no so say what they cannot to be an answer when you any effort so bet to be there then it makes it very difficult for them to make a decision on what application no. Because to them no it is seen as a red flag as I said because a discretionary reason for refusal but say idea oh yeah boy every month bia wo tuatua card dia nim say oh okay nipa we yes omo nye adwuma but at least nipa na oboa omo in terms of omo didiem ne omo baby omo beda ne bibia no sa nipa no so boa omo ama omo etua ekana ewo ho nti so omo hu sa ne dia then they know say okay enya ade a wodwane akɔ baby a wobetua ɛka na ɛwɔ hɔ na at least so wotua IHS crampo in terms of application where IHS no be cover for future should I say eventualities. Into saa ɛka no will not just go away just because ebia omo ama wo 2.5 ninti that's normal cancel there be. They want you to be able to show that you will be able to pay that debt off before even with time no best so for indefinite leave to remain. It's very, very, very important. Say, as much as possible, no, you are making some form of effort to pay the debt that is already put down. I know, say, when it comes to the fact, say, ebia obi eboawa, want to make a country nipa kone say, ebia omboa with sika amount say every month. But in terms of the bill, no, it depends on how much you owe. Nti say what the car ebia 15,000 now also would yeah £50 every month. Sometimes when they say ebia when you serious £50 every month then there I cannot dabe na obetu but at least so when they say okay I can't wait there so nti ebia every month bia metumi 100 and I said 200 now when you say okay you are making some progress. I know say when it comes to the NHS, almost catch you said na boom. That is obviously their policy. So over na ama boom sa. But so almost so eti as I said because when you juma so ewo krom ha obi ena wow ama we tua enkakra into at least so mama obi na waka kyerɛ mo sɛ oh menyɛ adwuma menyɛ allow sɛ meyɛ adwuma obi na ɛboa me ama me atua ɛka we nti patwɔ mama me time at least every month bia metumi atua 100 metumi atua 200 na every month bia metua na meka na akɔfam kakra and you have to be able to should I say negotiate with them senya kano ebeba from kakra and they want to see say at least you are willing to pay off the debt because to say you know their policy is that ubetua nina at a go but because of circumstances nti untumi ntua nina at a go you would be only you'll be able to pay a certain amount every month and then you'll be consistent with it. Send who say yes. We are consistent with payments in see at least a idea ubetia ekano amane free ho. So it's very, very important. At least say case worker now or show application or who say for the past year wait we kind consistently for 1 month then at least when I dream say okay this person is making progress in terms of payments and see they have drastically ABR they've reduced their debt by half into yema no asetena no eya de obetua into yema no asetena no. It is very important, say, as much as possible, you show that commitment, say, ubetia ekana ewo na unja ento ho enka say because when you juma hinsi untua kra ebia omo de asetena na ma wa ansa na wa start say wo ye juma etuatua yes ano mo ye no someone who say you are committed from the get go and you will make the payments as much as possible because ebi mo so ehu ne say sisi ade ebia minisika no nti say omoma me asetena na metumi age benefits kakra na metumi de etua yes na omo eye no nti as much as possible say say we edwuma kakra na odi tua na why edwuma kakra na ebia every month bia odi sika bet so sa omo accounts mu say wo tua omo ka no is very, very important because the next 2.5 no omo besan ahwe say utua ekana na say wejai because say uda so etua dia omo hu say yeah, should I say you are making some sort of progress in terms of making payments. But so which I cannot now say, oh, now we need to now we need to say yeah. Then they have reason to refuse you because still now you are not making any progress in terms of payments. But so we'll make it our payments no on a monthly basis, consistently, regularly there, then they know say, okay, nipa way there. Wakyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛsɛ otua ɛka no ɛma no firi hɔ nti yɛma no asetena no na ɔntumi mfa ntuatua nkakra na at least ɛka no ɛmfiri hɔ nkɔ. So it's very important to show your commitment in terms of payments. Now, we'll make it amount. Saying one kasa ube ho. Say your first leave or your first 2.5 and now make sure say you are making effort to make payment. Say your second one or your third one or you still have to make sure say you are making the effort to continue to make payment. Saying ya Kobane say as they have stated in their suitability requirements so they can refuse your application um on the basis that what they can see na which I cannot etua no na o pese omo de asetena ne ma wo and yes I know no as much as possible sɛ woka no ɛyɛ more than £500 a ɛyɛ sɛ wotumi ɛyɛ ɛho boaeɛ na ɔmotumi hu sɛ woyɛ payments no as much as possible in order for them to also give you w'asetena no a wɔrehwehwɛ no nti weyɛ just short shall I say education for nkurɔfoɔ a ebi a for one reason or the other ɔmo de NHS cap in terms of treatment a ɔmo agye na bill no ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ ho biribi as much as possible montuatua nkakrankra na ɔmo hu sɛ you are making sure sɛ payments are made as quickly and regularly as possible
That's possible.
na wɔntumi mma w'asetena no yeah.
Yo, yɛate aseɛ. Eunice, sɛnea wɔakyerɛkyerɛ mu no deɛ saa, but ɛka no bi wɔ hɔ a ɛyɛ a na nkurɔfoɔ no bi wɔ hɔ a no, ɛyɛ a wɔn nnim sɛ wɔn akɔdwiri ka bi saa. Nti no, wɔkɔyɛ application a ansa yɛkɔ digi ɛka no de aba anaasɛ ɛyɛ ka bi a ɔsɛ wohu sɛ wodi ka no na woretua ansa na yɛgyina so koraa mpo de ayɛ application decision no anaa. Nea nti a mebisa saa no, there are some people I know say mobile kurom a those time na ebi koraa wokɔtɔ wakɔ GP yɛama wo yɛahwɛ wo na yɛatwerɛ prescription de ama wo na wokɔgye a na woatake sɛ wontua ka but ekyire bɛhu no na ɛhu sɛ no you don't really qualify sɛ ɔsɛ wogye free prescription nti na bɛyɛ ka de ato hɔ de ama wo. Saa ɛka no a ɛde ato hɔ no ebi wɔ hɔ a na wayɛ na yɛntwerɛ wo sɛ wodi NHS ka na wokɔyɛ application a ɛna yɛbɛkɔ akɔhwehwɛ saa ɛka no de abrɛ wo anaasɛ ɛso ne sɛ wonim sɛ you are receiving some form of treatment bi na wonim sɛ bi a yɛabɔ wo ka anaasɛ menim obi nso scenario baako nso ɔbaa ha ɛna ɔbɛwoeɛ no nam sɛ yɛdi ɛka ne adeade ma no ba wɔantua ɔde ne mu a nam sɛ onya a obi ɛware no like nti no ɔbɛyɛ nkrataa na ɔde ayɛ atena ha asetena mu wɔ ha nti ɛhɔ saa no na ɛkɔyii saa ka no ɛde baa sɛ na wonim sɛ few years ago wode ka bi sei bibi saa nti no saa ɛka nketenkete no ne ɛka nkɛsɛnkɛsɛ no sɛ woyɛ application na yɛkɔ digi aba anaasɛ sɛ wonnim a I mean you don't have to dig bibi saa ɛwɔ hɔ saa.
I mean, there are people who will try and circumvent because someone dream say ebia ekano ebia mensanka inti mendeka bia because ebia address na me de ma omo no and yes address no na mete so
Yeah.
inti mensanka ekano inti to me no mendeka bia because before you even start with the treatment NHS hospitals I know most of the hospitals will ask you for assistant or chroma, and they will definitely tell you, say, they will bill you for treatment. And I said, the operation, and I said, care now will receive it from them. They will tell you beforehand or even before you leave the hospital, "Omo beka kyerɛ." So you know in your mind said this one dear, yeah, medical. But if you are saying say for one reason or the other, ebi awon san, and I said na unim say e can be eda ho ema wo dia, then of course once you have realized said this is the reason the NCR ebia decision embaye, and I said because of a car weighing, then you have to make sure say you start making payments immediately.
payment.
Yeah. Into say na oka say na menim and I say me san kantia. Then of course as soon as you are giving notification of it no, say what start to say utia sa ekano as immediately as possible, because meaning pa say they will not let you go without telling you pa say
Only.
oh the bill bro, they will
Oh,
inform you that this is treatment or care that is going to be billable. So uh now why you why do you say hey okay and say me prepare me hona at least
yeah.
say be wo na me tete and krankra. It's as much as possible they will make you aware in terms of say what the application akotum, they will let you know say what the ekaway untu aye nti yen to me make a decision as yet nti ɛhɔ na
No,
wate te sɛ yes.
so in that case, let's say eba ne say wunnim a will so we application ɛhɔ na
Mhm.
home office bear remind you say bi a wodi ka bi say ɛhɔ
Sometimes it might not even remind you. It will
ɔmo
be up to
remind
you.
you.
Yeah, it will be up to you to now write to them to find out the NCR. Maybe I won't make a decision on your application.
So in
Now,
that
on my
case, will they tell you, say, because
yes,
okay,
yes,
Ohana
yes.
say
In
me
that
who say
instance,
because
then they will
uh-huh,
tell you that because of a car way out with the internet,
decision
still,
ember,
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, showcase, yeah,
Mm. Oh, okay. In that case, Nidi, at least you get the opportunity, say, Ube who say,
yeah,
waiting, no, aqua, and sana say, be refuse, I refuse. Or Hona na madri, I me,
yeah,
in
yeah,
Tataka
yeah,
crime.
yeah, yeah.
And yet, na yen kai for no say, yet more share, we are educating ourselves. So, unim same beer, bibisa, na wire application, and ye bientem nebisa, the entire application, no. Echenti a ɛma yɛ nkese bi a ɛbɛkɔ akɔyɛ ɛka asɛm a na wɔdi mmirika na wɔakɔ settle ɛka no nti ne yɛ hu ɛyɛ nti Lawyer Eunice na kyerɛ sɛ any form of treatment bi a wagye from GP o wagye from hospital o because ɔn sɛ GP foɔ no deɛ ɔno ɔnka nkyɛw sɛ wodi ka na ɔno ɔbɛtwerɛ prescription no de ama wokɔ
Mm,
pharmacist ne hɔ anaa chemist ne hɔ no a ɛna ɔmbɛbisa wo sɛ wotua ka anaa wontua
mhm,
ka. Now,
mhm.
I know some people ɔmbia no ateki sɛ ɔntua ka, but then pharmacy foɔ no deɛ ɔmbɛgye na ɔmo ama w'aduro no. But ɛkɔ na ɛkɔfa system no mu na yɛhu sɛ wɔadi atwerɛ wɔ hɔ, ɔwɔ sɛ wotua wo ka na woantua. Mpakyɛ now wokɔyɛ application such as in how nsusuansoɔ bɛn na ɛbɛtumi aba wo so
Into this is somebody who are on to Chrome ha or
ɔte
to
kurom
Ghana.
ha ɔte
Okay.
kurom ha. Mhm,
Okay, or to Chrome ha.
mm,
Okay, so
mm,
in such an instance, obviously, say what say untiaka na unimpa say utiaka. Why
mm,
would you say untiaka? Because
mm,
to me, they will ask you to fill in the form. Until
mm,
one kata who fill the form now, they will
mm,
have the options for you to take. Into
mm.
most of the time abia you are on maternity and now say
Yeah.
you are under the age of 18 or you are
Mm,
over the age of 65 or you
mm,
are somebody who receives free medical attention
mm,
because of disability, so they have
mm.
all these different options that they
Well,
have for you to take into
okay.
say unim na
Mhm,
o person yes sure now we be pharmacist and say oh
mm,
is everybody who is over the age of 65
mm,
receiving free medication. Now, on also I explain that Cheryl said, ABR,
Same.
it
The
is
same.
for these people or it's for those who are
Mm,
contributing. to the UK economy. Into they will be able to explain a bit more to you. But for
Okay.
me, dear, say minim me jina so wo krom ha dia metua
Okay, which
because
year?
me mpa asem
Okay.
bia. Nti sɛ wote sɛ me deɛ a ɛndeɛ na woatua
Uh,
na ɛfiri wo so wompɛ sɛ ɛkyerɛ bi na obi aka kyerɛ wo sɛ woahu nduro no a na wokɔgye no ɛka sei ɛna awɛduru wo nsɛm nti ɛyɛ sɛ wotumi etua nti if I were you obviously ɛna menni egyinasoɔ ɛwɔ kurom ha deɛ a ɛndeɛ nanka mɛ advice sɛ wobɛtua ɛka no because as much as possible if you don't meet any of the criteria or you think you even meet one of the criteria at least like I said tua na yet to say you thought wrong or as you assumed wrong. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And yeah, yehu ne saa no na yɛde de car. Emre ne kɔ enche mebie telephone lines no na me de ama etiefo na wobetumi afrɛ both normal call and as a WhatsApp ofrɛ a mejo so na yɛtumi answer wo question la Eunice question bia actually enhyɛ da emfa this particular topic ho a wotumi bisa wotumi frɛ question bi a ɛfa immigration ho ɛfa law ho ɛfa family life ho ɛfa even koraa yɛ kurom migration koraa na wobɛtumi afrɛ na yɛtumi agye wo so lawyer Eunice ɔbɛma wo answer pɛpɛɛpɛ sɛnea wopɛ no. Menya couple of questions bi wɔ ha. Anɔpɛ yi, ɛm sɛ 7 o'clock ɛna obi send voice note ɛde baeɛ nti no whilst a me ne wo kasa me try to upload it quickly na yɛntumi mbɔ na yɛnhwɛ. Lioness, okay, nti membisa me personally me last question na afei yɛkɔ yɛnim. Sisi a no mayɛ application alright na home office ehu sɛ meyɛ but in your submission no woka biribi sɛm bi a ɔsɛ within a month no yɛhu sɛ at least woatua bɛyɛ half no ɔhɔ no na mehu sɛ me na mante ne yie anaasɛ saa na ɛteɛ na ebia ka no a mede no ka ne mu ɛso na me nso nkurɔfoɔ na ɛboaboa me nti no ebia na mɛfa no sɛ yɛ 2000 na 25 mpo a na mɛtuatua a menim sɛ bosome no mentumi nya saa sika puro no metua half koraa bi a na ɛbɛyɛ den de ama me nti no at least menim sɛ mɛtumi atua ne nkakra nkakra nti no ɔhɔ na mpɛ sɛ mehu sɛ ahe dodoɔ ahe a na ɛbɛtumi asɔ home office ani te sɛ metua me a mentumi ntua half no by the end of the 1 month no but ɛmbi a ɛnyɛ 50 nso bi a na ɛsua but ɛmbi ɔmo wɔ percentage bi sɛ yɛkyɛ mu a yɛhwɛ wo 2000 amount na wodi ka no ebia you can be paying 10%, 10%, 10%, because like you said no sɛ wokotua bia 20 pound na 10 pounds ana we na ɛne ɛda bɛ na wobɛwie ɔmo nso deɛ ɔmo nya nka sika na wobɛtua ne nyinaa hyewhyew like wobɛtua ne nyinaa bum but ɛnam ahokyerɛ no a wo so ma nkurɔfoɔ ɛboaboa wo no ahe na nka ɛbɛsɔ ɔmo ani percentage ahe na ɛbɛsɔ ɔmo ani na at least no ɔmo aka sɛ o discretion no yɛhu sɛ you are making a whole lot of effort paying nti no yɛmfa ma wo anaasɛ meyɛmfa ma wo ɔmo wɔ some criteria percentage bi a ɛtumi sɔ ɔmo ani anaa based on the sika dodoɔ no a wode no.
I mean, when it comes to their policy guidance, there's no should I say
Mhm,
percentage per se. Because
mhm.
based on suitability requirements, no, you shouldn't owe more than £500. It
Oh,
is
okay.
cannot more than £500 unim
Mhm,
say you are in a red flag zone because
okay.
they've stated clearly say you should not
Mm,
owe more than five
yeah,
hundred pounds.
500. Okay,
Into
okay.
as much as possible, no, they are looking for you to show say you are making some effort in terms of making regular payments. Into now
Mm,
my example say if for
mm,
any reason ABA by the end of the year wait to me to a half normally say okay nipa way
okay,
there or making progress in terms of payments into
right.
because
Mm,
with your half no at least you bet to me I can say a man into
mhm,
sana na make no. I was just using it as an example. Into
okay.
the we will be will making regular payments. Now who say yes, this is somebody who is making progress or yeah, regular payments there, then they
Mhm,
would obviously look at that in terms of the
mhm,
the
mhm,
fact say and there. yeah refuse so, but based
Mm,
on our discretion, yeah better me the assets na now. Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Me wɔ question me da ase. Me wɔ question bi wɔ ha. Me mbɔ na yɛntie. Mbia na fa topic ne mbia na ɛmfa ho. Yɛntie.
Good morning, lawyer. Good morning, man. Yeah, the most need my palm of my community. I mean, Sham on your Mukasa Pavian. Okay. But my question is about Chroma 2013, the vessel by visit in the way.
Mhm,
And now my cousin, I was saying, 2015, I'm started to two near my,
mhm,
and I'm here application for extended family member resident card. No.
mhm,
Yeah, I need me 4 times. I need until from 2016 when I started me, I about 34th time. No, I need 2019 a court and could with me in a resident card. Resident card, no, I say the transport support EUS express settled and many settled status.
mhm,
The settled status, I mean, I know. I'm say on the 12th of this month,
mhm,
manya settle status no so one year. Na say me come 5 years continual residence no. Na me say try indefinite which is settle status no on 12th of September manya 1 year. But me qualify for say let my citizenship and that. Kono mo ka say who but stay pen. We qualify because say from 2013 we visa no be we but stay me apply and me name panem pantin.
mhm.
Padra no ma me say good character no be me and say okay. Come so
Mm,
Sam na no June 2022 say university kɔ na yi kɔ na ɔmo ti so about 5 years na 10 years na ɔtumi
mm.
ba mpɛ sɛ me asete ne sɛ right ana ɔkɔ na
Okay.
obi kasa ɔsɛ dɛbi ntumi nyɛ that's it.
Yɛla ne saa overstay ne indefinite citizenship yi still a nkurɔfoɔ nhyɛ da nte aseɛ yie da no a yɛyɛɛ nti no mede bɛhyɛ m pocket mu yɛbɛsan atrete one way or the other na yɛn nua bɛrima yi question no mpatwɛ odwene ho sɛ
It's not always I said because almost settled status no. I'm no a issue in terms of them patrol.
sisi a nea ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ British citizen nti
Yeah,
na ɔcalculate from Genesis nea wabɛdua sɛ ɔyɛ overstay ɔbaa kurom
yeah,
visit na ɔde baa wa overstay ɛna
yeah,
on the 12 na wanya 1 year after onya settled status nti
yeah.
obetumi apply for British citizen anaa because
Okay.
wa overstay no ɛbɛyɛ affect no nti date na
Ah,
ɔde date
okay.
ne hyehyɛ mu sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wobɛhu date na ɔde baa kurom ha a wabɛyɛ overstay no because of saa policy a yɛsi saa bowl sɛ
Yeah,
afei na ɛbɔ sɛ dɛn no ɛno na ɔpɛ sɛ
yeah.
ohu. Mm,
Okay. So in terms of yeah, naturalization applications, Nadia, when it comes to the fact that the person has overstayed, I think so it was back in 2022. And Omoka says wow overstayed there. And yeah,
mm,
just said we'll train 10 years from the time Ubeyan was citizen sana with me wo naturalization application. And
ah,
then in 2024
mhm,
almost answer na biom eka
mhm,
say with the immigration mbra ne bi krampo na
mhm,
unless you are somebody who has come illegally into say
mhm,
we overstay your crampo na you can
mm.
still make your application if you are able to show lawful residence of 5 years and then
Okay.
another 12
Mm,
months after your indefinite leave to remain into a
okay.
young na ɔmo baa hanom illegally no na ɔno no
Yɛka
na ɛyɛ issue. Yes.
ho.
Nti
Mm,
nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo baeɛ a ɔmo bɛyɛ overstayers no deɛ, ɔmo
mm,
deɛ ɔmo nhyɛ da ɛnni issue te sɛ nkurɔfoɔ no a ɔmo amfa asetena no anwura mu.
amba.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Ɛyɛ nti ɛm sɛ otie no nso obenya mewɔ another one wa nso menkan wei ɔse good morning please mebo good morning please can I retain my right if my marriage to an EU citizen lasted just for 5 months and I got divorced? Oh, where the kafra why ɛna obisa 5 months po la Eunice.
Mm, it's unfortunate.
To me, are retaining a right.
It's very unfortunate because to be able to retain your rights, Bane say you have to be able to show, say you were
Mm,
married for at least 3 years and that you
mhm,
lived together in the UK for at least 1 year.
mhm,
Nti So if you are married for at least 3 years, dear, nanka obetumi retain your rights. But the fact say you were married for only 5 months,
5 months.
is to make it very, very difficult because they need you to have been married for at least 3 years and have lived together at least 1 year
1 year.
in the UK. And then at the time of divorce, the fact say, oh, that's so eti chrome ha woye wejuma woye bibiano to me and it's very difficult to retain your rights if it has been less than the 3 years now or more canoe. Unfortunately, it will be very, very difficult to prove. Yeah.
Yo, me also send a message, but yanko enim the telephone lines I'm to me use Eddie Afre a 075900966 sorry 20154 Messign Abosubio 07596620154 bit me a friend WhatsApp bit me a friend in normal call bia yebejo so or traba say or see but please I still use my BRP to work and yeah you still use it to work but near lawyer Eunice actually no and now I cannot and now lawyer Eunice or besides
Oh, Patrick say
mm,
I the situation because I to say no I didn't na
mm,
ebia
and
ne
that's
bria
it.
no omo ye ho hwe say on country omo hwe and na on
Mm,
he hasn't informed them so oh yeah another application into to them
mm,
no you are still married to the EA
mhm,
national you are still in the same circumstances as
mm,
you applied for leave into they don't
yeah
know until you
until
inform them
you
and answer
love them.
until you make an application. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you. Yenya, your first call our humano sumpacho nama and 4677. Good morning, my auntie uncle.
You are still married. Hello, madam.
Good morning, Papa.
Emi Obao.
Oh, Kafra, yo.
Catch Eunice me chiado na inkra.
Oh,
Mami
manga,
Ruby.
tete.
Then
Ah,
you hotel.
drama ke
Mane
oye.
mabi no ko
Ufa na
no
ya no.
danye shika je ni tumo kenye no fe no.
Ufa
Ama
na.
wi twi ya ka gbeti na ka wi gan ye ni no.
Hey.
Ama wi twi ni fe fine. Ismo bro mo ko ba je wo ni no.
Kashigwe, call you ma translating her, but don't worry.
Ofa no you are don nani wa job ko no tumo ko modern bo. E ka ja ya hi. Di mo mo nye fem nye shele fe ne ke next step in the studio wa bele la gbagbo ye fe. Lebine wonder nyesin. Je no ko shimita amabia ke akeke o marini owule ye bikemba esaka ona chu no hi ni 1 bedroom flat me. Eda wa de nche no one husband can be like a member is it okay lo no jinsane.
Okay, niji bile o husband le bi alo nye nyon fe bi.
Husband e bini.
Ne emami ye nimbe.
Mami ene fogbe ke ni premature ne shigbe ke han no ne kwela kabata bia ne school ya mi ke no fe no.
She
Papa ni feel.
fe isane chon. She aninka lo Eunice ni egla mi ehabo. Ufa
You.
lo Eunice manga ne o kan ni say ja wenya dofo bi wa ware no de kunu no ode ne ba epese omoba together na yeah, first of all accommodation na 1 bed flat but then dynamo susu pa nti no feel say it be to me accommodate both of them na mebisa ne sɛ akwadaa no ne maame wɔ he na ɔkyerɛ sɛ papa no na wahwɛ akwadaa na up to wenyi na akwadaa no yɛwɔ no na ne maame pɛɛ baabi faeɛ na kyerɛ sɛ ɔda so te ase na mesia nea ɔhold on na mento ma wo nti ɔhɔ na me ne no ewieɛ ɛna mede question no de abrɛ wo nti mpakyɛ ɔtie ɔte twi nti no
Of
otie yɛn.
course. Okay, and see, for the sake of your viewers, no, so in terms of question now, we be sano. Most
Mm,
people, when they get married, omo pesa, omo hokafo, ever join omo, ever UK Chrome ha.
mm,
Fair enough. As long as you are able to meet the requirements, no dear. Over
mm,
to me, I application, I'm a for a journal. But here's
yeah,
the case, and you just no hokafo and na or pesa or kofa no eba. Or pesa or kofa no hokafo and
ne
ne
ba.
pano eba.
Mm,
In
mm,
that case, as much as possible to say na wo bisa no say akola no maame wo he no. Of course, papa no kwa na wahwe akola na fit nkola brema ebesi sa mbrea, then say o papa etumi kire say he has sole responsibility for akola no. In terms of no school come ayaresa bia na bibia no, so to me edge evidence to show say or no pe na eda ebi omo system no, so as obia oya parents of akwala no a wotua ne fees ɔhwɛ ne school kom ne yaresabea ne bibia, nti he will need that sort of evidence. Ade a ebi a maame no etu kwan so a he will need evidence to show say maame no etu kwan a ɔmbaeɛ. Ebi mo so kwan to me affidavit from maame ne family members to show say ampa ɛnyɛ ade a ɔmo ehu maame no wɔ baby a. So when it comes to evidence of sole responsibility, as much as possible, I say to me, yeah, BBHS say, "Wona wahwa akola na this is ambre." But the question titiri is the accommodation. Into
Yes.
accommodation na otimuno or say a 1 bedroom flat.
Mhm.
If there is a living room, the
Mhm.
bit to me I can say there is 1 bedroom and another room which can be used as a bedroom. Into living
Yeah.
room no so a bit to me I a room a akolano
Ebeda.
obedium.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
apart from kitchen, bathroom, toilet, which cannot be used as bedroom, say or one extra room apart from the 1 bedroom, you can say it's can be used as suitable accommodation under the Housing Act of 1998. And see, yes, it's possible to use the current property no as
To
accommodation
accommodation.
if it has
Mhm.
one other room apart from the 1 bedroom.
Okay. Okay. Manga, ufane
Yes.
be ochia me ni lewie mu eke osempa.
Mhm. Ya no nye.
Oh, egla mi mfe ake ke tuen abanye okefe ya ke I use your living room ni as room as well. Wo in a way ebe nyenye ba wo piami eke bile ewo asano wo obanyo ka accommodation afi
Oyuadon.
she gbeke eba mi no dia ke isani atron so responsibility egbla mi baba o di encha ke isani emami ana ke emami be wala mi shi isani tron mi ne kwa tron ekule gbekele no ekele ya school bi ba anya you that say ekele ya somo bi ba anya you that say alo yo wekume po ba anya fi affidavit ake lele mami le ebe gbeken life mi alo ebe mami ebe mami anakule alehe ne yo kenaka ni bi ka ke fe fita here no la ba anya fe le successful kuni gbeken ke papa ba anamba fitoi.
Oyuadon. Ni last not the list ji o fa na nye bi ala kesin. Bi anele uni mbe wale for some time ni batashia. Ingada no fe no ne ta wo fe ni mama na le lawyer Eunice. She said such a nice lawyer ni explain oni bi chon wa. The one no can be ni manyama fele na kan read that ni mbe wale I'm a support of me few.
Okay. Okay. Nti la Eunice, nea ɔka ne sɛ lastly no, ɔno ankasa apɔmuden no nhyɛ da nni hɔ kɛseɛ saa, adom no a ne kura no, nti no nka aban no hwɛ ne kakra a ɔsupport ne kakra no, wagada biribiara a ɔba abɛhu deɛ, but ɛkwan da hɔ a obetumi go ahead to do it anaa.
It depends on the kind of benefits are urgent because when it comes to your requirements now, financial requirements is one of the things they are looking at in terms of saying your own way to me, Eden Krata Nama wana someone found out. Into say untumi meet almost 29,000 yeah, and then you must show say you are receiving some form of disability benefits and I say personal independence payment benefit just because obia ebia orji sa payment no is because ontumi enye adwuma nti na orji sa payments no, into they will look at that in terms of whether you can meet the financial requirement or the maintenance requirement. But saying yeah no and na orji dia then it might be very difficult, and she might have to go through appeal if the application is refused. Yeah.
Okay. Sister, hey, enele, yo, no, track, form of benefit, any uhio, is any amena ake disability, no ni minchi, then, kaji, unyo, o fulfill the financial requirement, no, eke, na gbafio, ba, she, kaji, unye, o fe, no, besa, no, he, form of disability, allowance, ni, abanye, ni adamono, ni akefe. Agwenele ho ekale no na ekule ishebo na metawo ni afe application ni refuse abamie ubanye ni uke ekume adamono ni ukefe appeal koni shife bona egbla me ha le like you said masumomo ake obomoden wa koni oya na me
manale eja bi ane if better fi onye inte return to work no need to return to work I can actually 2 days in the week now my physical then it will the following week to go 3 days because each one 60 hours a week.
Better Auntie Ruth, better ochu oni shi oye ni ba ye fio no batashin afio.
Yes.
O be na agba if you ake fen aba nya ake fitahi na akwe.
Okay.
Onu mi shi.
You.
Na aba fe lawyer mu no ni ehia ko na no ni o he se ake fen afitahi. Koni onu o ka after
you kemla kema nale o shimi ngale ni boy you rado ni ma job o na che wa ba hebu e gamashi no ka wa ba chuni no ma join in studio fe ke uncle Ben
bye yeah Eunice yeah ko yini manga mama sre yo. Okay, yo, na me hwɛ minim sɛ obi na asɛn ne message. Memfa nkyɛ akɛseɛ ɛma dodoɔ na abaso a memfa menkyɛkyɛ mo nyinaa. We de mekyia meka sɛ mekɔ a mmerɛ no kɔ na me special greetings to Seri as Fraser. I'll say good morning. Oh, thank for joining us. We are excited to have you on board as we share valuable legal insights and updates. We love you to share the program with your friends and family. Till it me that say nama na wo dia to ya nte nama to call sewa achampo me so me da se wusu agima me da se na do a me da se Margaret do mensa me da mo nyina se Pinzo me da ma se mun keep on sharing na enche bia mema yenua lawyer ba kon lawyer ani akofio na ono nso omfa the English version of it no embambe tudwa na afedie yetumi asori akọ enti no numbers to call memfa one more course menya call ni dia na manaba no aba be chichi mu na afide yetumi asori na so dia call 0759662015 obetumi afre WhatsApp na so obetumi afre you can say normal call no na majo so me ba me ho question bi e wa ha se me hwɛ sɛ eno ana na wo ho na me hwɛ if I can yeah I see, like an EU dependent, I'm married. I want to know if I travel outside the UK, coming back to the UK, can they ask me a question about my partner at the airport? Hey, Eunice.
Wait there. I didn't say we a cramp. Because you see why worry uni. So but now we be questions about ukuna. Say ukuna so we bet me be questions. And see wait there. I don't know whether the person is trying to say nukru ni ha na said they don't want to answer any questions in regards to their husband. I don't know where they are taking it, but yes, if you are married to an EU national and you are coming back, they are likely to ask questions about ukuna onenete ewukruma. And so you should be ready and prepared to answer those questions.
Okay. Yɛbɛhwɛ ɛne mɛfrɛ lawyer Annie Akofio na ombra na ɔma yɛ English aspect of it no yɛne na ɔnyɛ na afei your neighboring countries na munya ho mfa so until Annie, if you are there, please you're welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Lady Maniati. Good morning to all our viewers and listeners, and happy Friday to you all. So, the topic for today was, can having an NHS debt prevent me from applying for leave to remain in the UK? So, first of all, what is an NHS debt, or how can it be incurred? So, let's say someone doesn't have leave to remain in the UK, but they had to have some emergency operation or a kidney transplant, maternity care, or anything like that, or even if they had to pay for a prescription but they didn't, all of that can result in the person having basically a debt to the NHS, and that can have an impact on their application or the outcome of their application. So if you look at Appendix FM, you can see the suitability requirements which normally would have to be met. So there are mandatory reasons for refusal, and then there are also discretionary reasons for refusal. So when it comes to the mandatory reasons for refusal. An application can be refused if, for example, the applicant had committed some type of crime and then they were imprisoned for more than 12 months, or they used deception in their application, or they're subject to a deportation order. In that case, the application is likely to be just refused, because those are mandatory reasons for refusal. But then there are also discretionary reasons for refusal, whereby the Secretary of State, they can consider the applicant's circumstances. So, for example, if the applicant hasn't paid, for example, a litigation debt, that is a discretionary reason for refusal, or even if they were required to provide further documents or attend an interview but they didn't, that too. Or lastly, if the applicant has an NHS debt which is over £500, in that case, the Secretary of State would consider the applicant's circumstances to see whether the application should be refused on that basis or not. So, to provide an example, as Lawyer Eunice did, if there is a parent in the UK and they have a qualifying child, let's say that the child has lived in the UK for 7 years and the parent meets all of the requirements. Let's say the parent is able to prove the relationship between themselves and the child, and the parent plays an active role in the child's life. The parent has letters from the child's school and GP to support the application. The application can still potentially be refused if the applicant, let's say the mother that is, she owes more than £500 to the NHS. So, what is just important to note is that if you do have a debt to the NHS, that you make sure that you make every effort to pay off that debt, even if it's that you're paying small, or in installments, that will help. Or you can even reach out to a third party to for them to help you pay off the debts. So that one is not a problem, as long as they use the reference alongside the payment that they are making. So the Home Office, they want to see commitment on the side of the applicant to show that the applicant wants to pay off their debts. So I hope this helps. If you have any further question, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you. All well and said no. The dwumadie no very ye meda obi bia se. And Eunice, enchi bia be sorry akọ. Epacho den na odbeja ye.
Yeah, that's a very my I know, say you had to be pulled out of your rigorous schedule for the day to be able to be here and see. I
Eh,
mean, it shall be brave. And I think, say, when it comes to yeah, topics, no, most of the time we center it around immigration because we know, say, most people need our support in that area. But say, and yet immigration nsɛm nko ara ɛna nkurɔfoɔ ɛfam nti sɛ mowɔ issues to do with family, or there has been some sort of molestation, or you are not able to have arrangements with your children, saa nneɛma wei nyinaa no yɛdeal with ɛno. Or if for any reason you have any civil litigation matters where obi de okana nipa krono they haven't gone by the terms and agreements na what they told on there. You can also come and see us in regards to those as well. Into your number no any your details no chat way no so, and then it's also on our screen. Move it to me a friend it was 0208 493 7340. More for yeah, you book in whether face to face or by remote consultation. You bet me a book in na what bet to me any edi and come afa issue no ho. As much as possible, say yeah idea ube to me about we do remote consultations and see now to me a friend na a book for sa Zoom and a telephone consultation. Yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ dasɛndɛ Nyame ɛbɛma yɛn nyinaa ɛsan hyia bio nti yɛda mo ase bebree.
La Eunice da se we so wadaje na odi abecheche ene na no ya studio nti program. Thank you so much viewers for watching us. Ye gidi se ne mo hwehwe no munyaye mpo se mo enya ne nyina. The office lines are open. You can always contact them in the office, and they are willing. They are to me. Ajo super pepe more openly to receive you and to attend to you as soon as possible. I will get it to them. Intino, ya beda masi. Weekend aba ya share October ase. You say mreno na kwa na eko. Ya started January nanse ano. You do October. Let's just say NGBA. Just about a couple of months to go before the end of the year. Yen hwɛ ne ntutu yan namu yi yen hwɛ sɛ ye hyɛ ase nneɛma yɛ kan sɛ bitumi ayɛ wɔ afini mu no dodoɔ sɛn ne yɛtumi ayɛ na ne yɛntumi nyɛɛ no yen hwɛ kwan a bitumi afa so a ebitumi wie ne pɛ ansa na we kan sɛ afi no akɔ ewie. Meda mo nyinaa ase me ne ma nyɛte anytime bia no when we come on this no ya no ma share program no de ama yɛ na akɔ echichi yɛda mo ase. Ɔkyena nyame yɛ adoma the community and the law ebeba so mini abe mo freku frempon ebedi mo chame na yɛde very beautiful topic nso bebrɛ mo na mutumi enya ho mfa so yɛda mo ase nyame nhira mo. Have a lovely weekend until then we meet next week same time same place. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.